I realized the moment we passed through that gateway that we had been seen. Rather than the kiss of sunshine on a warm spring day, a dreadful cold pierced me like a knife, and instead of the warmth of light, I felt darkness crawl across my body like a viscous parasite, crawling, gnawing, searching for a way in. And as the familiar wave passed over and through me, as it had countless thousand times before, I was powerless to stop it, tearing out my heart, my soul, my unyielding companion of innumerable worlds, severing the forge and crafted link that bonded us, our power, and the power of my people across the infinite expanse of both space and time, and destroying her completely. Pain seared across my body, my mind, and my very breath vanished. And in the infinity of that singular moment it took to traverse between worlds, I was left forlorn, desperate, and hollowed. And as soon as the moment had taken everything, I alone crashed into the soil of this strange world. And like dawn reveals the morning dew, the revelation of my now taken power washed over me slowly. I am stranded on this world of unfamiliar stars, and without the power of my people, I can no longer continue my odyssey, my journey across time and space for the forgotten, secret, and castaway power of my people. The path before me lies darkened, the road ahead unclear, and the future indeterminate. If there is a way forward, I cannot see it today. The veil of night lowers, and the heavens roll back. 1,000 worlds I've been to, and 1,000 night skies I've seen. But this is the first time that I am afraid. For I know I cannot leave this world. I am trapped. I am alone. Valera, see me. Valera, find me. 5 seasons have come and gone since the bond to my world was untimely severed and riven, but I persevere, and I thrive. I am Valerian, and concealed within the rocks and stone of this world is a magic weaker but not unlike the forgotten power of my people, of Valera. And it is enough. I am Valerian. I am a traveler, and I did not accept the charge of the mages that molded and forged me into the power I am today, and I did not take this name, no, this title, out of vanity or weakness. Though delayed, my odyssey will continue. I am Alaydriem, and I will be seen. Travelers, and welcome to Celea Alterera, my home here on this island of Noranfang, and to a brand new world and a brand new survival multiplayer server called Lore Legend. Now, this server is kind of special because we're running it a little bit differently than your normal SMP, so let me give you a rundown of how things are and we'll work here, and then we'll dive straight into what our tasks are for this episode. So to get started, this is a role-playing server, which means for the most part, all of the interactions we're going to be having with the other characters and players here are going to be in character. And throughout the season, I'm going to be dropping in some stories and lore to help you get familiar with this character, which auspiciously has the same name as me, wink wink nudge nudge. But as a side effect of that, rather than doing a more traditional altogether start, we're starting off fairly well established in this world, though rather separate, and as we evolve the season, we're going to be exploring some of the history and backgrounds of not only this character, but our friends who will be joining us. Now, the second interesting tidbit is that we're going to be experimenting with this role-playing in some larger group adventures that may be reminiscent of Dungeons & Dragons campaign, which my only real experience with, if I'm completely candid, is the brief moment where I was a dungeon master and murdered everyone's character in the first 5 minutes. So this should be a rather interesting experience, but for the time being, I'm going to leave that as that and not spoil any of the surprises or campaigns that this group has been working on. Now, on this server, I am a mage, which means I have some magical abilities, which I'll get into here in just a few minutes. But first off, let's take a look at our lovely little base here. This is my home of the last 5 years. I've slowly been building it up, and as I've been mostly focused on just trying to stay alive, haven't had a lot of opportunity to flex my muscles. But today is a very special day because I feel like our home is in a really good spot, and I feel like I can finally start branching out and trying to tap into some of this magical power that I sense all around me. So we are going to get started first and foremost with trying to find this magic. Now, as a Valeran, I have access to tap into the energies of the rocks and the minerals of the world, crystals to be specific. So amethyst shards, like this one right here, they have magical powers. And as a Valeran, I can access just a small smidgen of this. Now, this magic is much weaker than what I'm familiar to at home and what my forlorn companion once was able to provide me with. But I believe that we will be able to make use of this energy, and we will be able to do so in a way that is quite spectacular and wonderful. So let's go ahead, dive in, and see if we can find more of these amethyst shards down below. And as luck would have it, here we are right here. I would recognize this anywhere, this calcite, and the beautiful sound of these amethyst crystals as they are tingling beneath my feet. It's not just the sound, it's the feeling. You can feel these crystals, you can feel the magic emanating from them. And just like a traditional age, we're just gonna hop straight on down, and ooh, this is a really good one. I was actually really worried that we were not going to get a very good ore here, but it looks like we are going to come home with quite the haul with our fortune pick, which I am very, very excited about, because this crystals right here, these amethysts, are going to be the backbone of any of the magic and the magical effects that we are going to be using in this series. So we are going to need a lot of it, and it is probably going to be our most important resource. We are definitely going to be selling magic to the other individuals who are on the server who no doubt have already heard of my exploits and are super interested in acquiring such magic, but we're going to need this to power a lot of it. So don't tell anyone that we are completely dependent upon these amethyst shards. We will just keep that our little secret, and when it comes time to get more, maybe we'll just put up a sign saying that we'll trade magic for amethyst shards. It seems like a pretty good deal to me. I mean, we're just gonna go ahead and pearl out of here. Ooh, that was a little dicey. We also found a couple diamonds down here a little while ago before I came into here in this mine shaft, and we'll see if maybe there's any other goodies down here. Redstone. Redstone is also a very important thing. I mean, in Minecraft, you can already see the energy coming out of it. You hit it, it lights up. Oh, and then you get trapped inside of some gravel. That's usually not good. There's flint inside of gravel, though. We will also be using that to help power some of our magic. Let's see if we can get... Oh, there's a creeper there. There's a creeper. I only have leather armor. Hide. Oh, gotta get out of here. I only have leather armor. Oh, I don't want to be in here right now. And I don't have any torches. That's what you get for being slightly too greedy. At some point, we're going to need to increase the armor that we have, because we just have leather armor right now. Where'd that creeper go? Did it despawn? Oh, there it is. Ooh, scary creeper. Yep, okay, let's do. Okay, I think that is going to be all the adventuring that I'm going to do down here. We're just going to see if there's anything good in this chest. Take those torches, maybe light this place up a little bit, and then we are going to get out of here. We have what we need. We have our amethyst crystals, so we now have to get out of here. Now that we have a couple of the raw materials that we're going to need for our magic, let me go ahead and show you how it works. And we'll go back down there into those mines and see if we can take on some of those monsters. So amethyst, some lapis, and some flint. If we combine these three things together, we are able to make some magic. And it's, as the name would suggest, quite unstable. I have a feeling that until we get the hang of how these crystals here work in this world, we're going to struggle a lot with this magic. So we're going to go ahead and dive right back down into those mines and see if we can take on some of these bad guys. And I'm actually going to put away our haul here and grab our armor because, yeah, going back down there into the depths without any armor on, probably not a good idea. There's some weird monsters in this world, and the last thing you want to be doing when fighting them is doing it wearing nothing but a cape. And most people would say that wearing capes are in general a bad idea. But check this out. We have underneath our base an entire lush cave system, which I have definitely pillaged and lit up, because the first time I came down here, I think I saw maybe 50 mobs. Yeah, that's pretty scary. It's really scary down here when there's a bunch of mobs. So let's see if we can find ourselves a baddie that we can shoot some of this magic at. They'll be here in just a second. I know that they will. Let's see. Oh, there's a creeper. See you right there. See if we can get them. Oh, no, we missed. Yep, so a little bit unstable. And, oh, there we go. Yeah, hard to aim. Unstable magic. You gotta be wary of it. Yeah. So this is meant to be like a fireball spell or just general magic. As we get more familiar with the minerals on this world, we're definitely going to be upgrading this magic. Oh, that poor little monster just fell down. But we're definitely going to be upgrading this. And as you can see, 2 or 3 shots right now for a lot of mobs. And we've got like a 4-second cooldown on it because, oh, you don't want to be shooting this thing off real quick. Let me tell you, it will lead to bad results. But if we are pretty careful, we can basically like having a bow and arrow, except we're a mage. We don't have muscles. Just kidding. We have plenty of muscles. We're really, really strong. We just don't use them very often because our muscle is our mind. So we're going to go ahead and take the spider off right here as well. Just enjoy the magic. It's been a long time since I've had access to magic. And, oh, yep. And that's why it's called unstable magic right there. Sometimes you got it. Some days you don't. Clearly, today is the day that I don't have it. So, we have nothing to defend ourselves with down here anymore. So we are going to get out of here. Now, the other type of magic that I have recently been able to discover how to manipulate on this world is these lotuses. And these lotuses are very, very special because they allow us to imbue ourselves with power. And as you can see here, just a quick use, and we have a couple of unique abilities. We can regenerate our health, we have some protection, and we have a little bit of speed boost. Now, these are quite expensive to craft. We have to use a totem of undying and a couple of other things in order to use them. And depending upon the minerals that we combine together, whether we're using lapis or whether we're using just flint or redstone or diamonds or even netherite, will have some effect on, well, the effects. So we will need to be very, very conservative with those as to not burn ourselves out. Now, you may be wondering, as a mage, am I any good with potions? Well, the answer is no. No, I'm not. Potions are not my jam. I use crystals and grind them up and convert them into very useful objects. I don't use potions. Get out of my way, Leaf. I cannot craft potions effectively, so I might need to buy that from other people. I haven't actually experimented yet. What would happen if I got a strength potion and drank it? And what would happen to the magic I have? Who knows? Could make it more powerful. Could also make it not work at all and completely backfire. So we will need to be very, very careful with that. Now, one thing very much weighing on my mind is that there are new people here on this island. I have seen them from the very, very top of my tower moving in. Some from the north, some from the east, some from the south, some from the west, some from places that I can't tell you about because it would involve me spoiling things about how things work. So I have a feeling that they will notice a mage very, very quickly, and they'll probably want to come and buy some magic. So I think one of the first things that we need to be doing is preparing for their no doubt imminent arrival, as I'm sure my reputation has preceded me, or the giant tower sticking up in the sky indicating a mage is here indicates otherwise. So why don't you sit back, relax, enjoy the music, and let's get started with our very first time lapse of this season and build ourselves a cozy little magic shop. Let's go.
Do what you want, do what you want, do it. Do what you want, do what you want, do it.
We are now done with our, I guess, first build. What are we going to call this? Our first build or our second build? I'm going to call it our first build because we built our house kind of off camera before then. But look at this. This is a nice little cozy tower, don't you think? Kind of medieval, which I think is sort of the theme that we'll be going for in this season. I know this is very, very different from anything else that we've really been building. Now, this is by no means fully complete yet. I think I have a couple other things that I want to do up at the top, but I wanted to start off here and we can expand up in our tower here and maybe a couple more episodes. Now, I'm still very much getting used to the more natural texture pack, and by natural, I mean not the natural texture pack I use all the time, but the actual vanilla texture pack with a couple of things that we've added to the server as well to make things look a little bit different. I'm still getting used to it. I will admit there are a couple things I like with texturing, like the Anzanite. I think the Anzanite looks really good with the stone, but there's a couple of other things that I'm getting used to texturing again. It's very different. But coming around here back, we have a nice little kind of second story floor, and in here we've got the start of our little shop. So small little enchanting area. Obviously here I'm selling books, so we've got a shulker full of just about every book on the market here. So down here we have all of our bow things, crossbow things, kind of our second tier magic, so stuff like sharpness, smite, a couple other things right there. And then up here we've got that top tier magic. That's why it's on the top floor. So things like unbreaking, efficiency 5, mending, protection. Haven't figured out a price for all of this yet. We'll figure that out soon enough though. So up here, this is kind of where we're gonna stop building just for right now. Have another story planned right here to go into that cozy little balcony. And then obviously we will go up here into the roof section and continue building upwards to sell some other and more unique type of magic. But for now, I just wanted to get this main book selling station set up because I'm sure this is what people are going to be wanting day one. And obviously I'm going to be going through and emptying these shulker boxes out and popping in to the respective chests and then placing prices on things. I'm sure people will tell me how much they want to pay for those. We'll see. But that is our main tower that we got right there. Kind of cozy, kind of fun. It's very, very different than what I'm used to, and I'm still very much getting used to it. But overall, I think I like it. I think it's a good start to a tower. I think we could literally raise it up another level and add some more decorations to it. But all in all, I am quite pleased with how we ended up in this episode. My fellow travelers, thank you again so much for watching this episode. If you like this episode, please consider leaving a like. If you want to see more, make sure you hit the bell notification icon and consider subscribing, as it really does help the channel and help us on our goal to get to our first 1,000 subscribers, and hopefully many more after that. Now, I will leave links to the other members' channels down in the description. If you want to check them out, you can click on their links and jump into their first episodes. But if you'd rather just hang around with me and discover them for ourselves as we would in this character, that is totally wonderful by me too. As always, your viewership is much appreciated, and I hope that you guys enjoy this series because we have a lot of fun activities planned, including that larger group campaign that even I myself am a little in the dark in. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of things planned, and I promise you the magic that we have here is just the tip of the iceberg. And for those of you wondering what happened to our normal Thursday Let's Plays, we will continue to be doing that, just swapping that in and out for this same Thursday time slot. As always, thank you again so much for watching. I love you guys to death, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.